The strongest primate versus the largest cat on Earth. In a battle to the death, who would win? Today, I'm gonna show you that this fight is a lot more complicated than you might realize. Tigers are arguably the most dangerous predator of the modern day, but gorillas outmatch them in bite strength, physical strength, and sheer size. So that means the gorilla must win, right? Well, the gorilla has one massive issue. Sure, it's strong and scary, but it's not actually a predator, meaning it doesn't really have the experience of fighting other animals. Whereas the tiger, well, that's all it does. Let me know down below who you think would win, and if I change your mind by the end of the episode, let me know. To find out who's winning this episode of Versus, let's jump right into it. The tiger. In this corner, we have the largest and most dangerous wildcat in the world, the tiger. Weighing up to 500 pounds and growing to almost 9 feet long, I'm including the tail here. These cats have been roaming the earth for upwards of 2 million years, which means they've had hundreds of thousands of years to evolve superior strength, size, and predatory skills compared to any other large wild cat. It's what makes them one of the most efficient and effective predators on Earth. With teeth and claws as big as steak knives, this kitty is able to take down deer, antelope, and even humans with ease. With over 80 attacks on humans reported each year, tigers are the ultimate ambushing predator. Their superior night vision, exceptional hearing, and their sense of smell lets them find, track, and kill their prey without them even knowing. That's some scary shit. Once their prey is in sight, tigers rush in at over 65 kilometers per hour and grab their prey by the feet with their claws and teeth, dragging them to the ground to deliver the final blow, the neck bite. This would bleed out larger animals, but for smaller animals, it would just break their neck. It'd be so cool if it wasn't so terrifying. But unfortunately for our striped competitor, it has to go up against one of the scariest primates of all time. Well, sort of. Humans, we kind of created nukes, so I think that puts us pretty high up, but anyway, moving on. Gorilla. And in this corner, we have the king of Kongs, the silverback gorilla. Weighing up to 400 pounds and standing at an impressive 6 feet. Where are my short King Kongs at? What makes a gorilla really impressive is that all that muscle and strength comes from a vegetarian diet. Eating up to 65 pounds of food a day, gorillas use their monstrous teeth to rip and tear fibrous plants to get their gains. The ultimate vegan protein powder. Silverback gorillas lead troops, or large groups of up to 30 female and young gorillas, where he will show them where to find food, where to sleep, and most importantly, protect the troop from any and all danger. That's what makes their troop so loyal. Even if another silverback defeats the reigning leader, many females and younger gorillas will stick with that current leader because of how kind and mentoring he is. But don't get it twisted. If a gorilla has to protect its group, they will fight to the death to stop any threat. Plus, they're really intelligent. Many silverback gorillas have been seen using tools like bamboo makeshift ladders and even using twigs like cutlery. They really are that perfect blend of sophisticated and barbaric. Both our competitors are ready to go, so now it's time for the lightning round, with 3 categories specifically made for these jungle kings. After the lightning round, we'll have our true battles. But first, general strength. Being the largest cat in the world, it would totally make sense that a tiger would be a powerhouse in terms of strength, and you'd be right. Tigers have the ability to carry twice their body weight in their jaws, or around 1,000 pounds. To put that in perspective, humans start to have trouble carrying about half their body weight. Their bite force is around 1,000 pounds per square inch, or enough to crush bones with ease. With tremendous neck muscles, strong hind legs, and extremely muscular back and shoulder muscles, it means they can grab, flip, and pin prey like the gar to deliver the final blow. And just look at this roided out cow. That's insane. Gorillas, however, might just be on a totally different playing field. With the ability to tear down trees and bend iron bars, an adult silverback gorilla is about 10 times stronger than the average human. But that's not all. Surprisingly, gorillas have a bite force of around 1,300 pounds per square inch, outmatching the tiger. This means that we're lucky that they use their chompers to rip through fibrous plants and not flesh and bone. Using its superior grip strength and massive arms, along with this insane bite force, it's able to grab, pull, and tear any plant or predator that comes too close. And it's for that reason that I'm gonna give this round to our grain competitor, the gorilla. Tigers have an immense strength to take down its prey, but the fact that gorillas can cause as much damage, if not more, than a tiger can with claws and giant teeth just shows you how powerful this primate is. Winner, gorilla. In this next round, we're gonna see which one of our competitors would make you pee your pants the fastest. Kind of a weird category, but here's a pro tip. If either are yelling at you to back off, I'd suggest backing off. Intimidation. When a tiger roars, you feel it before you hear any sound. With low-pitched infrasonic sounds, a tiger's roar vibrates your body down to your very organs, followed by a higher-pitched screech that can travel up to 3 kilometers away. It's the tiger's way of giving a loud warning signal. This is my territory, and anyone found in it won't survive. Besides that, a tiger's large body and agile movement mean that they can dart and jump to make themselves look imposing and strategic. But gorillas aren't ones to back down. Relying on deterrence as their ultimate defense, gorillas will use their giant muscles to beat their chest and stamp their feet, creating loud sounds and showing just how strong they are. If that strength isn't enough, silverback gorillas will tear up and throw plants at you, and even do mock attacks with their arms and legs until the predator backs away. It's the ultimate swing first, hey, swing first. They will rarely back down, protecting their troop from any and all dangers. So it's kind of, I'll be honest, I'm having a little bit of a tough time deciding who the scarier of the two is, and then I remembered that tigers are nocturnal hunters and have evolved to give you this look. And let me tell you, if that doesn't make you pee your pants, you are a stronger man than me. Winner, tiger. We're now on to our final lightning round, where we're finding out which is more important, intelligence or instincts. Is the gorilla smart enough to outsmart our tiger, or are the tiger's instincts and own natural intelligence too much for our gorilla competitor? Let's find out. Intelligence. A tiger's intelligence is hard to measure because it's such a dominant force in nature. Tigers can evade, trick, and pursue prey quite easily. They know exactly when and how to take down any prey they want, and they can create their own territories for hunting. But how much of this is instinct versus a clever understanding of their environment is almost impossible to determine. Odds are, if we actually listened to the thoughts of a tiger, it'd probably just sound like this. But because of how effective and deadly this predator is, it almost doesn't matter. But it matters immensely for our gorilla challenger. Gorillas' natural predators are leopards, which means gorillas need to be active and aware at all times, from sourcing food to finding a place to sleep. Gorillas need to be smart to constantly outsmart such a dangerous wild cat, and humans have plenty of proof of just how smart gorillas can get. Comparable to a young human child, gorillas have been found to create complex communications for their troops and even learn sign language with humans. I mean, if this gorilla can talk and laugh with Robin Williams, they gotta be smart. In this battle between instinct and intelligence, I'm gonna have to go with intelligence, which means our gorilla is the winner. Tigers really have created such a complex and efficient system for survival, but the almost limitless possibilities a gorilla can have with its advanced intelligence makes it our true winner. Winner, gorilla. And with that, we have our winner of the lightning round, the gorilla. But although the gorilla looks good on paper, it has a massive disadvantage. It's not a predator. Unlike the tiger, the gorilla doesn't have to worry about taking down other animals. It spends its day hanging in the forest and munching on bamboo, maybe eating the odd insect here or there, while the tiger is a hunting beast. So I'm super curious on how these fights will play out. Let's jump right into it. It's time for our first fight. A true 1v1, a basic arena, no complications, no help, no environmental hazards. just a tiger versus a gorilla. Can the gorilla stand a chance against the largest cat? Will the tiger survive such monstrous strength? Let's find out. The tension in this arena is so palpable, I could reach out and touch it. The gorilla rushes forward, beating its chest before slinking away back to safety. Responding to the sudden movement, the tiger swipes its claws and gets low, growling emanating from its fearsome maw. Both animals know in order to win this fight, they won't be leaving uninjured, and someone has to make the first move. The gorilla, seeing that its intimidation is not working, knows that if it doesn't make the first move, it won't be making any move at all. The best defense is a great offense. As the gorilla rushes in once again, it swings its massive arms, looking for any stray hit or piece of tiger it can grip onto. But the tiger leaps out of the way, right into a counterattack. Coiling its massive hind legs, the tiger uses its previous momentum to blitz into the gorilla, fangs and claws out. The gorilla swings around, smacking the tiger in the belly. The tiger recoils and bounces back, clearly taken aback by the power of this massive primate. The gorilla charges once again, but the tiger, it's ready for it. Keeping low and away from its massive arms, the tiger is able to sink its claws into the gorilla's legs, pulling the 400-pound gorilla into its gaping jaw. Biting down hard, the gorilla falls to the ground as the tiger aims for its neck. The gorilla tries to bring down its massive fists, but it's too late. The tiger has the gorilla's neck in its mouth, and with one final crunch, seals its fate. Both of these animals at any moment could tear each other apart, which means strength isn't as important in this fight as agility and defense. Gorillas, unfortunately, have very little defensive capabilities against claws and teeth. So much so that any stray bite would likely end the fight right then and there. But, I mean, that's an unfair fight, right? Would the outcome be different if we were in a real environment? What if the gorilla had to protect its troop? Well, I've created 3 more battles that will determine our true versus winner, starting with realistic environment. Could the gorilla stand a better chance if it was in a real life environment? In the tropical mountains of sub-Saharan Africa with lush trees, plenty of hiding spots, and maybe a couple plants to throw around. Let's get right into it. The silverback gorilla has strayed from its troop, looking for a spot to sleep for the night. However, unbeknownst to him, he's being followed by a tiger. Adapting to the lush forest with ease, the tiger has found success in staying away from the 400-pound herbivore for now. It's looking to make one strike. Anything else could spell disaster for the striped predator. Slinking in from above, the tiger is in the perfect spot, right above him. Pushing its hind legs into a coiled shape, the tiger leaps from above, burying its razor claws and sharp teeth. The gorilla isn't fast enough. The tiger sinks those knives directly into the gorilla's back, just barely missing the neck for the finishing move. The gorilla reaches around to try to grab the new threat, but the tiger has only begun its assault. Using all its strength and momentum, the tiger pulls the silverback gorilla to the ground, slamming it to the forest floor. The gorilla looks up and for only a second sees those piercing eyes before it's lights out. Claws holding onto the gorilla's body, the tiger bites the gorilla's neck and ends the fight in an instant. Unlike the first fight, the tiger has evolved to be the ultimate ambush predator, focusing on a devastating pin and bite technique that takes down prey much bigger than our silverback gorilla. Unfortunately, the realistic environment just favors our tiger competitor more, and it becomes an easy win. Winner, tiger. In this next round, the goal of the tiger is to take as many members of its troop as possible, and for the silverback gorilla, it's to protect the troop entirely. Will the gorilla be able to protect its troop, or will the tiger get more than its weight in food? Let's find out. Gorilla protecting its troop. This is nature, folks. A tiger, hungry and ferocious, has been stalking this gorilla troop for hours, looking for any weaker or smaller prey to take out. With almost 30 different gorillas to choose from, the tiger has spotted its meal, a younger gorilla child, no older than 2 years old. Hiding in a tree, it shuffles its back legs to spring into action, only to be hit with a flurry of plants. The silverback gorilla leading the troop had caught sight of the tiger and runs, screeching and beating its chest. It's a warning to both the tiger and the troop. If you want that gorilla, you have to go through me. The troop huddles behind the silverback, backing walking away to be hidden in the forest. The tiger, not letting this hunt go to waste, jumps down, roaring and taking a step towards the lead gorilla. It pounces at the gorilla, but he's ready. A large backhand smacks the tiger away, crashing it against the tree, startling the troop behind him. The troop speeds up, leaving this battle to their superior, but that one younger gorilla turns around to see the battle of a lifetime. The tiger is swiping at the gorilla, blood and fur scattered across the ground as the lead gorilla starts to lose energy. The tiger is panting, hurt from the stray hits the gorilla has got in. This next step could be everything. As the tiger dives in, the silverback hits its fist down hard, smashing the tiger to the ground, causing it to go unconscious, but not before the tiger's claws had sunk into the gorilla's chest. The gorilla falls backwards, the weight of these two massive creatures slamming into the ground. Neither the gorilla nor the tiger survived this battle, but the gorilla's troop, well, it gets to live another day. Sure, it might not be a predator, but that doesn't mean that the gorilla isn't willing to put up a fight. This is what all the silverback's strength and intimidation is for, to protect the troop. Tigers are vicious predators, and to find a way to stall or even take down a tiger long enough for its troop to be safe, that's a victory in my mind. Winner, gorilla. It's now our final round, and we are switching it up entirely. This is a battle where every single statistic and advantage is needed, because we're doing the ultimate endurance test, 100 versus 100. The fight is simple. You put a silverback gorilla in a room against a tiger, and when one perishes, another immediately takes its place. Think of it like lives. Each fighter gets 100 lives, and they need to survive and take down their challenger before it runs out. This way, it's not about one single kill, it's about adaptability and endurance. And that might be one of the craziest battle ideas I've had. I'm not really sure where this came from, but I really hope you enjoy it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate clash of the jungle's fiercest competitors. In one corner, armed with brute strength, intelligence, and the will to just keep going, it's the silverback gorilla. And in the other, the killer with deadly precision, the tiger. Wait, there's no more time for intros. The tiger strikes first, fast and lethal as it grabs the gorilla by the neck, dragging it to the ground and felling it with a flash of claws. Instantly, our gorilla responds, dazed, confused, but also wiser. The tiger leaps at the gorilla again, but this time the gorilla is ready. It swipes back with its massive arms, pushing the tiger to the ground. But the tiger is only just getting started. It rips into the arms of the gorilla and with a simple maneuver, pins the gorilla once again to the ground. 98 gorillas to go. Round after round, the gorilla is able to make little steps forward, but it's falling hard behind the tiger. At 75 gorilla lives to 90 tiger lives, the gorilla needs to think as it takes a step away from the tiger. Something is different this time. The gorilla seems to be analyzing the tiger, looking for any weak spots. The tiger just sees this as another chance, so it leaps forward, but the gorilla counters. Grabbing the tiger's wrists, it pins the tiger and cracks its head. Looks like this tiger isn't the only competitor who can end everything in a flash. Folks, we are past round 50, and at this point, muscles don't even matter. It's mind versus instinct. Each death a lesson for the gorilla, and each comeback a step in its evolution. We are now down to the final 10 lives for our competitors. The gorilla has made a comeback, tying it up at the last moments. This gorilla has taken a hell of a beating, but it was all worth it. Through countless trial and error, the gorilla understands now. It anticipates the tiger's rhythm, counters ambushes, and slams the predator down with raw power. But the tiger comes back, taking down the gorilla still. It really is anyone's battle to win. 10 lives, 8 lives, 4 lives, only 1 life for each competitor. This is it, the final charge. And the gorilla is ready. Slamming its fist down, the tiger is defeated. Its final roar silenced as our silverback competitor takes its place as the true winner. What makes this fight so interesting is the chance for each of our competitors to adapt and change their strategy throughout the fight. We've seen gorillas adapt and learn to pick up tools, work with their troops, and use that big noggin of theirs. But tigers are a refined tool from thousands of years of evolution, and it's hard to see how they would need to be adaptable when their initial techniques work so well. Which means our ultimate winner is the gorilla. which means we're at a stalemate? With the tiger taking the first 2 fights and the gorilla sneaking out the last 2, I have a tough decision to make here, which means it's gonna be a late night for me Googling and researching. Okay guys, so I've spent all night overanalyzing, looking through AI generations and articles and Google and everything to see who would be the true victor here. But then it just kind of hit me. This is real life. And in real life scenario, the tiger is the clear winner. Both competitors are immensely strong, but the tiger's predatory reflexes and killer instincts put it much above the gorilla in a straight fight. The gorilla can handle its own, but it doesn't really have to, and it's what makes our tiger the final winner. But maybe I'm wrong. Who do you think the real winner is? Maybe instead of that, we could just check out if a gorilla fought a brown bear, or if a tiger fought a lion. Wait a minute, those are all episodes on Versus right now. Go check out those episodes on our channel and don't forget to subscribe.